People who has a job since 10, 15, 20 years in one company, I'm more worried about their career than people who are looking for a job right now or who don't have a job since last 3-6 months. And some of the reasons might shock you, but if you have a stable job where you are working since a long time, you really have to listen to this video. That's for your own good. One of the things you might have noticed that when you have a job, you get comfortable. You might have heard the story about a rat in a jar which has cheese in it, right? If you are that rat in a jar, you are going to eat that cheese because you have a lot of cheese and the cheese is keep coming. But as you notice, after a couple of days, rat eats that cheese and the jar level goes down. The rat gets fatter, right? He gains a lot of weight because all he has to do is just eat that cheese. He doesn't have to go and find cheese or hunt for the cheese, so to speak. And the rat becomes lazy. The rat doesn't know how to go and find the cheese anymore. And as the time passes, the jar gets deeper and deeper because he eats all the cheese from it. And there comes to a point where he doesn't know how to get out of that jar or how to go and find the cheese again. And that situation is going to happen with people who are in the same industry or in the same job for more than 10, 15, 20 years. The people who are looking for the job last couple of months, they know what's changing in the market. There are a lot of jobs which were high paying skills 2 years ago. They are not anymore, or the number of people which requires to do the job, the number is not that high. You might have heard that Google's entire code base, I think 25 or 30% of is written by AI, right? So IT development jobs are one of the high paying jobs, right? I'm not so sure that after a couple of years, it will be as demanding as it is right now. And doesn't matter what field you are in. It's just that not being able to go through that cycle of what's out there, applying for the job, talking to recruiters or contacting people in the different industry. You don't do that because you have a stable job since longer than a few years. And that makes you really weak. Second reason you need to understand is if you have a stable job for this long time, that means the job is valuable. The job is something which companies require you to do. So if AI becomes more advanced, they are going to target the jobs which are monotonous or which are being done by human beings for a long period of time. And they are paying more money for that, right? So you might have noticed the more skilled labor, for example, like content writers or wherever you are generating text is changing. Coding is also text, right? There are a lot of other things which I'm not saying that the developers or the content writers will be gone. I'm saying we won't need 25 employees to do that particular job. You can do that job for 5 people, but the people who are not looking for a job right now because they have a job, they are really not looking out there what's changing in this world of AI or tariff, politics or whatever reason. 2025, it's highly likely that there will be closer to some kind of recession, right? There will be less jobs in the market. And if you are comfortable right now, you are not looking what's out there, if you're not sharpening your skills, your resumes, your approach, how to contact to people and all, you are going to become one of the weaker job seeking community in a few months. Think about it. There are people who are looking for jobs in 6 months or a year, right? Now they know what they need to change, what they need to improve, and they have been doing that for a long time. And they are out of the 9 to 5 loop you are in. The time when the recession or whatever will hit, there will be a lot of people who are going to look for the job and it will choke the job market. And also you will be in the group where you are still learning what works, what doesn't work, how to contact people. So the point of this video is if you have a job, don't get cocky, don't get overconfident that, hey, I have a job right now, I don't need to worry about it. You need to start looking for other jobs where you can, unless you have you're working for a company where you are a really important person, and without you the job doesn't work, or the company doesn't work, right? There are small startups, there are small companies where it's just 5 people running the company, and it's so closely integrated. It's better to stick around in the same company and let the company grow and become that one of that top person. But if you are in large organizations where there are more than 200, 300 people, you really need to start thinking, are you becoming better, not in terms of your skill set only, but also the job market, the job skills you need to have, or the job search skills you need to have. So these are the reasons I think if you have a job, look for the job.